welcome my friends to the Horror Syndicate's Werewolf Wednesday show. This show is dedicated to shining a light on and discussing every single werewolf film in existence. And I'll be talking about the good films and the bad films and the ones in between. Um, and tonight I am going to be discussing Amityville Moon from 2021. Uh, if you're new here, the way this works is I will talk about the selected topic for a little bit and then I'll move into general discussion in the comments. Hopefully, people who have seen the film will comment their thoughts on it. And then other times, conversations just go wherever. So it's kind of talk about werewolves for a little bit and then hang out for a little bit after. So the Amityville Moon, it's the release date, according to Google, was 2021. I first watched it when it first became available to rent. I'm not sure if that was 2021 or after that, but the first time I watched it, just do my usual search through Amazon Prime by typing in werewolf movies. Um, I happened to come across actually this image here and the title, and I'm like, oh my god, they did an Amityville movie, but with werewolves. I have to see it. Um, and so I watched it, and another positive for it that I was really looking forward to is that it has Tuesday night in it, and for those of you, if you've been following the Horse and Nigger for a while, you know that I'm a huge Elm Street 4 guy. So um, I was looking forward to seeing her again in a film. And when I first watched it, I have to admit, I didn't really like it at all. Um, One, I don't. I, I don't understand why it's called the Amityville Moon. I don't understand why it's even needed to be set in Amityville. After thinking about it while rewatching it again tonight, I could probably see like if they, maybe the original concept of it was supposed to be a werewolf inside the Amityville house or whatever, and to that's why they use that title, right? To capitalize on Amityville and do a story set in the house, but with a werewolf. And maybe that was the original intent, and then it evolved to what it became. I'm not 100% sure. That's just guesswork on my end. Um, so the film is primarily set in a place called St. Matthew's Home for Rehabilitation. It's run by a priest and a nun, and it's basically a shelter for young women who are trying to rehabilitate themselves, either due to drugs or prostitution or all the above. Um, and so in the beginning, um, there are two young ladies who are attempting to flee uh, St. Matthias, and they are attacked by a werewolf, and the werewolf kills one of them, and the other one uh, gets away. So the following day, the priests call. Whoops, wrong image. The priests call the 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 police, and a detective who kind of got himself into some trouble. He is assigned to locate the two missing girls. The body of the dead one has not been found, and it's poised as they are runaways. Um, and so, as he investigates, he Um, he, how do I say this? He eventually finds one of the girls who tells him that a werewolf attacked them. He doesn't quite believe her, but they head back to the place anyway. In the meantime, you have this assorted group of uh, troubled young women uh, who are living in the home and being attacked one by one by a werewolf. The identity of the werewolf is revealed probably around halfway through the film. Um, I won't spoil it here, but and then there's more of a explanation of how and why things are happening in this film uh, near the end. And yeah, that's it. It's basically werewolf killing people one by one inside this one single location. And yeah, um, I think I liked it better the second time around. I have to be honest. Watching it tonight, it maybe it's because I've seen a lot of really shitty werewolf films since watching this. Um, Seeing it tonight, I didn't actually mind it. I was into it for the hour and a half. I stuck through it, and there's things that are not good about it. I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass and say that's a good movie. Um, uh, but there are things I do like about it as well. So uh, I'll talk about the positives and the negatives of it. Um, so I think uh, starting with positive. How about that? Start on a positive note here. Uh, I like the look of the werewolf. I think the werewolf looks good. It doesn't always look good throughout the film. There are moments, especially when it's like crawling on all fours. It's typically standing. It's typically um, uh, bipedal, um, but there are moments where it goes on all fours, and I don't think that looks nearly as good. But I like the design of it as far as the face. I'll try to see if I got more images here. You know, the, the body I'm not quite sure on. I think it's a little maybe too bulky. Um, but other than that, I mean, I think the design I think actually looks pretty good. And I'm just trying to look here for other images. Yeah, there's another one. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good, and I think the transformation that occurs pretty much leading into the third act. Um, I thought that was actually pretty damn decent too. So this is the type of werewolf that I like. I like this big, monstrous, very hairy, bipedal with a very wolf-like face and yellow eyes. This is the type of werewolf I love. Um, I love this more than the the, the quadrupedal uh, that you see in like American Werewolf in London or Ginger Snaps. I love this more than the Wolfman type from obviously the Wolfman, Werewolf of London, and a few others. And yeah, I really dig this. I dig this look of the werewolf. I think that's the main positive. And going along with that, the werewolf action, especially in the third act, um, I really enjoyed that as well. So my positives for this movie is all the stuff really involving the werewolf. So you don't really get to see or the werewolf. I don't want to mislead you there. There's only one werewolf in it. But uh, yeah, I think all the werewolf stuff is actually pretty good in it. I like the look. You know, definitely dig it for being practical. Um, you know, I think maybe the body is a little too bulky, but I dig the look. I dig the werewolf action. But oh, as I was gonna say, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place here. So like earlier, I was trying to say this. There's werewolf stuff happening throughout the film, but it is typically like just it's pretty quick. You see like a character, and then they come across the werewolf, and the werewolf kills them, and then it's just over and done with. Um, and I thought that stuff was pretty cool. There was a pretty neat moment where one of the uh, troubled young woman comes across the werewolf, and the werewolf slashes her face off. I thought that was pretty cool. Effects are actually decent in it. So yeah, the but the werewolf stuff, especially in the third act when it really ramps up, I think that is definitely worth the watch. Um, yeah, another positive would be uh, I liked a couple of the characters here, or in some of the acting a little bit. The one is always good to see Tuesday night, and uh, I think she does well. And I like the guy that played Father Peter. I don't know the actor's name off the top of my head, but I thought he was pretty good too. The main actor playing the detective, there were moments where he wasn't very good at all, but there are some moments where he was fine. Um, and yeah, that's pretty much it for my positives. The negatives are obviously um, some of the acting, particularly from the assorted group of um, of of young women at this rehabilitation place through the St. Matthias Church or whatever. Um, a lot of it is not great, uh, acting wise. Some a little over the top, but yeah. And the story, I don't know. I feel like the story was fine. Um, wasn't great, but I thought it worked uh, for the film that it was supposed to be, particularly in just one location. Um, so that works. I just don't understand why they felt the need to slap the Amityville brand. I know Amityville is a place, but they obviously know, right? They obviously know that Amityville has a long standing in horror. Um, and I just didn't feel like it needed to be. It didn't need that association. I think if if you take away the title, give it a different title, and it's it's it works. It works in other places. It didn't have to be Amityville. I mean, they committed to it with the location and everything. You do see New York license plates, paperwork that says Amityville Police Department, stuff like that. But it just didn't need to be in Amityville. So overall, I will say that I like this movie better the second time around. It's not great. I'm not going to lie to you. Say it's a must watch or it's a top 50 werewolf film. Um, it's I think if you had asked me when I first watched it, I probably would have said it's like uh, it's definitely on the towards the bottom of my list. But watching it again tonight, I think I'm gonna move it up a little bit. I'm not sure exactly where I have it on my 136 werewolf movie ranking list, but um, tonight after watching it for a second time and then just kind of thinking about it, I think it's moving into the middle of the road territory for me. Um, Filmmaking was fine. It looked uh, the cinematography and direction were fine. It looked like a real movie. It didn't look like an amateur movie at all. You know, the acting is bad, but not as bad as some other films. But I think overall, I think what makes this movie worth the watch, if you love werewolves and all, is the werewolf itself, the design, the werewolf action, the gore. I think that stuff is just really solid, and um, it's got I think, a pretty good third act. The werewolf action is pretty good when it goes on its final rampage, and the body count just keeps piling up. So that is my thoughts on Amityville Moon. I am going to jump over to the comments. Let me know what you think if you've seen this movie. I'd imagine not too many people are going to say that they enjoyed it. Um, but for me, it's middle of the road. There's stuff I like in it, and there's stuff I just don't like about it. But I didn't hate rewatching it tonight, which I thought I would. I honestly started the movie and I was like, oh boy, here we go. And I just didn't hate it. So, what are you going to do? All right. Getting over to comments here. It's quite a few. Good to see all you guys. Hold on. My eyes just got blurry. Sean Sheridan's movie review says, thank God this movie was garbage, but I thought, did I watch this and Seth was not doing a video? Thankfully, yes. Yeah, thank you for watching it, man. Um, I know you don't like it, but I appreciate you sticking around. And yeah, my schedule got a little out of whack, um, and so Beast of Bray Road, I'm gonna move, and I'll probably move next week. I'm supposed to be doing uh, Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman, a Paul Naschy film, but I might actually move that to a little bit later down the line as well, and then just kind of get back to the topic list that I selected, which you can view on thehorrorsyndicate.com. But yeah, I'm here. Hopefully things just get back on track and I can stay on schedule. Same as Beast of Bray Road. Acting is atrocious. Looks bad. The music I liked. Yes, okay, there's another positive about the Amityville Moon. I do like the score. I forgot to mention that when I was going through my positives. He also says, I like the werewolf design. It was fine, but yeah, terrible. Understandable. I mean, that was kind of like, I think that was probably nicer than my first reaction to the movie when I first watched it. But yeah. Let's see here. Scott Walker, how you doing? Says, hello, Seth. How are you doing, my friend? I just saw the picture of the werewolf before I turned your channel on it. It looks so similar to the werewolf from American Wolf in London. I think I think it has more of a resemblance to the Howlin', I think, than American Wolf in London. But yeah, that's my opinion. But good to see you. Honest opinion, why do you think Wolfman, American Wolf London, and Ginger Snaps are the three best? Hold on. I mean, you've asked me this question a lot, man. They're just great. I mean, the original Wolfman is iconic. It's my favorite Universal monster film. American Wolf in London. Funnily enough, not everyone likes it, but it's my favorite horror film of all time. Uh, I, Even with it being a quadruped, it's my favorite werewolf film. But it's great. It's got good balance of horror and humor, and it totally works. Ginger Snaps, for me, Ginger Snaps is in my top 10. It's not my top three. But yeah, Ginger Snaps I think is really good. I think it's got a good score, interesting characters, and it's a fun take on werewolves through the prism of uh, female maturity, we'll say. But yeah, why do you like all three of those, Scott? Oh, by the way, Scott, since you're here, you're asking me all the time too about like werewolves with like female leads. So I just picked up this book on Saturday. It's called Good Dogs by Brian Asman. Um, I'm only like 120 pages into the book, but it's about a pack of werewolves, and there's like, I think in this pack there's three, no, there's like four female werewolves. So yeah, check it out if you get a chance. It's called Good Dogs. It's by Brian Asman. So I think you'll like it. I kind of like it so far. CT says, Seth, I haven't seen this movie, but I'm looking forward to hearing from you on it. From you shit on it. Yeah, if I did this like back when I first watched the movie, I think I would be like a lot more harsh on it. Like, but right now, again, I just rewatching it tonight. I didn't hate it. So coming into it with a little more positivity than I even thought was even gonna happen tonight. Sean Sheridan says, "Lucky for you, I found Werewolf versus Vampire Woman free on YouTube. I could not find it anywhere else unless I streamed through, let's say, less legal means." Yeah, cool. I'll let you know when I figure out when I'm gonna rework that back into the schedule. I hope you enjoy it though. Um, I can't remember if you. I'm pretty sure you were around when I did. What was the last Paul Nash movie I covered? It was Werewolf from the Yeti. I think you liked it, if I remember correctly. Um, but from what I understand from a lot of people online, most people, um, when it comes to the Paul Nashi, Waldemar Daninsky films, most people actually seem to really favor Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman, where I like Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman, but like uh, Werewolf and the Yeti, aka Night of the Howling Beast, is my personal favorite. So, I mean, even if you didn't like that one, definitely give Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman a shot because it seems to be, uh, from what I gathered as the general consensus, is the best one. Though technically I'm still watching it free unofficially on YouTube, so same thing. Yeah. Well, they make it hard to find, then fuck them. That's my motto. Fuck them. Please tell me Werewolf versus Vampire Woman gets better because God, the last few have been bad with the exception of Blood Moon. Yeah, well, I think I just said. Uh, Obviously, you commented this before I got a chance to speak about it, but um, if you liked the last Nashi film that we covered, uh, I think you'll like this one. Um, Again, it's generally considered the fan favorite. So, uh, yeah, and yeah, I mean, like when I came up with this schedule, I really wanted to mix in films I like, films I didn't like, films I like, films I didn't like. You know what I mean? I just because I want to cover every single werewolf film. Uh, so and I'm not gonna. I mean, sometimes I do say ahead of time if I like something or not, but I'm gonna try not to let you know which ones that I love and which ones that I think everyone should stay away from because I want you to keep following the list and then just watch them anyway. I'm helping you out, Sean. I'm building up your knowledge of werewolf films. Just think, you'll be able to say, I've seen X amount of werewolf films, and you'll be a hero in many young children's eyes. I don't know why, but you will. Okay, so Scott Walker says, to me, this werewolf looks exactly like an Alaskan. Yeah. Yeah, and that's what you say looks like the American Werewolf in London one. I guess I could kind of see it in the face. I just think overall the werewolf reminds me more of the werewolves in the Howland. I've been watching Ginger Snaps for a little bit now on YouTube. Now comparing the between the Greyhounds. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's kind of interesting that you do that. Try to figure out like which dogs they look like. But yeah, hope you figure it out, man. How much crap happens in one house? That's my question. Yeah, people are killed and no one really notices. It's not really that big of a place. You feel like you would be able to hear some stuff, but I guess you kind of gotta suspend your disbelief for a B movie. Ages of Film, how you doing? Says, what's up, man? I beat up the like button for you. Werewolf Wednesday, let's get it. Hell yeah, man. Have you seen the Amityville Moon? And if so, what do you think? And thank you. Yes, definitely hit the like button. You know, you can use any of the emojis if you're watching on Facebook or the like button on YouTube. Uh, please do that. And I will send you a complimentary high five through the internet. Let's see here. Sean Sheridan says the only Amityville I ever saw was the remake with Ryan Reynolds, and that's it for me for Amityville. Yeah, I've seen a couple now. I've seen the original Amityville Horror. I've seen, um, what is it called? What's the second one called? Is it The Possession? Whatever Amityville 2 is. I saw that one. I recently saw Amityville 3D. That's a movie that fucking falls apart fast. I've seen the Amityville Horror remake with Ryan Reynolds. Um, it's not really a series I'm huge on. I like the second film. I'm not really a big fan of the original, which may break Ray's heart because he loves the original. But not really a huge fan of the original. I like 2 quite a bit. Uh, 3 I thought was a mess, and the remake I actually enjoyed. That may also break Ray's heart. I did some research on the movie Cursed. Thought the design of the werewolf from American similar to. Yeah, I can see that. Uh, though he says it's a typo. He means werewolves. So he says the werewolves that attacked Christina Ricci's character and Jimmy in the car is the female werewolf journey she was doing her attack to. Yes, she specifically uh, targeted them. I think Cursed is coming up. If I'm skipping, yeah, because I'm skipping over Werewolf versus a Vampire Woman, just temporarily, and just to get back onto the schedule that I created. So I'll be covering Cursed next week, which will be a lot of fun to talk about because I'm also going to talk about the original script for Cursed uh, before production got halted and they had to do a rewrite and reshoots and recasting. I think it's really interesting because the original script actually would have been a better movie. But like was he talking about the Cujo remake yesterday? Seth, just give me your honest opinion. Why is it just me and you? What is so wrong for using Labrador as a killer dog? Just honest opinion, my friend. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Not at all. I think like purist of like the novel or the original movie, will be upset because originally, what Cujo is a Saint Bernard. Um, but I mean, there's other killer dog movies. I'm trying to think what was. I don't remember what breed dog was in Man's Best Friend, that film with Lance Henriksen. But yeah, nothing wrong with it, man. You like your killer dogs. Sean says, so Cursed is next. That the Wes Craven movie I never heard good things about. Yep, Cursed is next. I think Cursed is, well, you know what? I'm not going to tell you. You're going to have to go ahead and watch it. If you do watch it, watch the R-rated director's cut. Um, just because I, I don't really think it really improves aside from just adding a little bit more gore. Um, there may be a couple additional scenes or whatever, but uh, it's a to me it's a fun popcorn movie. Again, the original script for Cursed was a lot better. I don't understand why the Weinsteins decided that the script or that the movie needed to uh, stop production and do a complete rewrite. Um, and all that. But yeah, I'll be discussing all that next week. But you should definitely watch Cursed. I think there's a chance you might like it. Uh, guess what? We are returning to Stu's house in Scream 7 again. It's going to be abandoned and boarded up. Oh, that's cool. That'd be pretty neat to see, like that house abandoned. Sean says, so many werewolf movies you up to now on that watch list. Uh, I'm at 136 right now. I know there's still a lot more that I still have to see, but I'm at 136. I kind of slowed down a little bit this year. Um, Normally, I think I would have watched way more Werewolf. I'd probably be at like 150 if I was still on pace, but I've been kind of slacking. Sean says yes, the Yeti one wasn't great, but it had some B movie fun. Not something I'm watching again, but it killed some time. Yeah, um, that one's I don't know. I love that one. That's my favorite Nashi. But uh, again, the fan favorite tends to be Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman. So you might enjoy it better. CT says, "Fuck 'em, Seth 2025." Yes, that's my new motto. Fuck 'em. I'll watch that Vampire one probably tomorrow. I'll chalk it off the list. Cool. I'm very curious about your thoughts on it, man. I like the original Wolfman because it's a classic. I love American Werewolf in London because it brings out the horror in the werewolf franchises. I like. I think it's saying I like Ginger Snaps because it brings killer girls. Yep, that's good stuff. Honest opinion, which dog breed do you think the werewolf from Change the Stamps? Change the Stamps. I don't know what you're trying to say there, buddy. And what dog breed do you think the wolf from American Wolf? I don't know. I'll have to research. I'll have to, yeah. do a deep dive, kind of like look at many different pictures of many different good boys, and see which one uh, looks the most like the one from American Werewolf in London. So that's a to be continued on my answer. Ages of Film says, haven't seen this one, not this coming Monday, but starting the following Monday, I'm going to be reviewing each Superman movie leading up to the new one. I have 10 films scheduled right up to the new. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. I'll be looking forward to watching those, buddy. Huge Superman fan here. Huge Superman fan. So you say you got 10? So you have Superman the movie, Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, Superman Returns, Man of Steel, BVS, and Justice League. What am I missing? Oh, are you doing the George Reeves movie, Superman and the Mole Men? That's a good one. Um, I quite enjoyed that. That was a movie he did before doing the Superman show, and they actually took that movie because it's only like an hour long, and they cut it up and used it as the final 2 episodes of season 1 of the Adventures of Superman. But yeah, you should also watch the show Superman and Lois and do reviews on all 4 seasons. Just saying. Remember how I asked you a few weeks ago about doing the Bigfoot movies? When you plan on doing that? Well, that would have to be for a separate show. That's nothing I'm going to do for Werewolf Wednesday. Um, but I need to uh, watch a few first because I haven't seen much. I've seen, Harry and the Hendersons. I think that's about it for werewolf movies I've seen. Or Jesus Christ, not werewolf. That's it for the Bigfoot movies. So next Tuesday is King TV series. I never saw any. I got halfway through the 1990 miniseries and said, not for me. It's dated for me. Yes, next Tuesday we're covering the Stephen King, either made for TV movies or miniseries. So that'll include like The Stand, It, um, uh, Langoliers. Uh, Sometimes they come back. Uh, the show Castle Rock, um, and I'll probably mention 11/22/63. Um, but yeah, there's some good ones in there, and then there's some not so good ones. But looking forward to that one. Scott says the movie Man's Best Friend is a Tibetan Mastiff. I want if people confuse the dog with a Rottweiler, but it's a Tibetan Mastiff. Okay. I haven't seen that movie in forever. Man's Best Friend. I think I'm due for a rewatch. I'll watch it with my good boy. Every time I say good boy, I just expect him to pop his head up. A rating of 16% on Rotten Tomatoes for Curse. Selling the movie, well, I know it's kind of a Snyder Justice League thing. He got screwed by that pig Weinstein. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. I think of how many movies is the Weinsteins messed up. Crow 2 was another example. They butchered that one. Yep. Uh, what else? Oh, there's something else that they interfered with. It may have been one of the Halloween movies. Could have been one of the Halloween movies. But yeah. Yeah, those shitbags, man. They fucked with a lot of films. um, Sean says, I watched an interview with Rob Zombie recently where he said he had 3 picture deal with the Weinsteins and only directed Halloween 2. So that, yeah. Sydney's daughter gets chased by Ghostface. She rescues her and scares off Ghostface, but she gets offer and call, but not from Ghostface, from Stu to recognize the voice. Is that a theory or is that a rumor you heard? 9 is Snyder Justice League, and then 10 will be the new one. Okay, cool. So yeah, Superman 1 through 4 returns, Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, Snyder Justice League, and then Superman 2025. I got you. I still think you should do Superman and the Mole Men and the TV show Superman and Lois as well. Um, that's your mission if you choose to accept it, my friend. Uh, sorry, I mean, what Doug Reed does the werewolf from Ginger Snaps look like to you? I mean, I have the same answer as before. I'll have to like really look into it. Um, yeah, I'll have to like really kind of analyze, and then I can get back to you on that. I know you're a big Superman guy. I'm a huge Batman fan personally, but Superman is my number 2 from DC. Yeah, understandable. Yeah, I'm a big Superman guy, and Ray is a huge Batman fan. Uh, so when we argue, you could say it's BVS. I'll be doing a ranking of Superman when the new one comes out. At the risk of hate, Man of Steel is number 1 and BVS is number 2. Uh, no hate here for me. Everyone's got different opinions, but looking forward to seeing all your reviews as well. And the same mission applies to you. Cover Superman and the Mole Men from the 1950s, and the if you want the TV series Superman and Lois, which ran from 4 seasons, and I think is fantastic. Uh, although I give both Superman 1 and 2 a 4-star rating each, so I like both. The Donner cuts of both. Yeah, I prefer the Donner cut of Superman 2, but I know a lot of people actually prefer the theatrical cut. Um, but yeah, Superman 1 and 2 are just great in general. Uh oh, there's that Seth guy again. God damn it. Watch out for Seth. I heard he once killed a guy. Who you been talking to? No, it's the scene that's going to happen in Scream 7. Sydney's daughter gets chased by Ghostface. Like I said, get a call. It's not Ghostface. It's still. She recognizes the voice as Stu. Okay. Interesting. Everyone has got different opinions, but only mine is correct. That's how like most people on the internet act. That's why I'm like so happy I got rid of Facebook. Uh, Sean Sheridan says, "Is Superman in the Moment a movie?" Oh, you mean Superman and the Mole Men? And the Mole Men. I'm sorry if I was saying it too fast. Superman and the Mole Men. Yeah, it's a movie. So it was George Reeves' first appearance as Superman. This followed the um, the Kirk Allen theatrical serials from 1948 and 1950. I think it was like 1952. I want to say that Superman and the Mole Men uh, came out, and then after that, George Reeves and Phyllis Coates uh, reprised their roles for the Adventures of Superman, and and they took the movie and they chopped it in half and then put it as the final 2 episodes of season 1 of The Adventures of Superman. But yeah, Superman and the Mole Men is a movie. It's only like an hour long, but it's good. I do plan on ranking after the new one drops. Do you prefer Superman and Lois or Smallville? I love both. I love both. Uh, what was it? Last summer, I marathoned all 10 seasons of Smallville. I absolutely love it. But Superman and Lois is awesome too. Unfortunately, it only lasted 4 seasons. Uh, but I think there's a lot of great Superman moments in it. It's definitely not, even though it appeared on the CW, it's not your typical CW show. As far as the writing goes, I felt like the writing, for the most part, felt very mature, um, and it's just really good. And Tyler Hoechlin is completely underrated as Superman. Just gonna throw that out there, my friend. So I prefer both. I choose both on that question, by the way. Um, so you should just go ahead and cover both. Although Superman and Lois is probably easier to get through because there's not many episodes each season, and there's not many seasons now. So I think that should give up on making Star Wars and concentrate on the Jurassic Park franchise. They make so many Star Wars stuff, and it has to be done for too many years. Yeah, but there's 2 different companies there that you're talking about. So, um, Universal has the Jurassic Park franchise, whereas Disney owns Lucasfilm. Uh, but yeah, there's a lot of Star Wars content, a lot of stuff that just doesn't interest me. Um, I love, I'll say I love the first 6 films, and I love Rogue One. Uh, Force Awakens was decent. Uh, I didn't hate Solo, but all the TV shows and stuff that they're doing, they just progressively look worse every time they show a trailer for one. So yeah, Star Wars. I think I would be banned for loving the Last Jedi. Yeah, probably. Uh, no, not really. I don't like it either. Anyone want to buy a Samsung Galaxy tablet? Hardly used. Uh, no, thank you. Superman and the Mole Men. Exactly. In the moment. Holy Mole Men. It's fun. It's a fun movie. And I love George Reeves as Superman. He's my second favorite. Superman and the Mole Men. Yeah, I heard that one. Yeah, I'll throw that one on in there. Now Superman and Lois, 4 seasons of TV. I'm not committed to it. I'm not really a TV series dude. Understandable. Understandable, man. Remember the Mole Men in the video game Dragon's Lair? I never played Dragon's Lair. I'm not much of a gamer because I have anger issues. And I suck at video games, and I'm a poor sport. And then I get angry about being a poor sport that sucks at video games. So I just don't do it. It's a shame we never got a good Superman game. I remember the old 360 game, and God, it's bad. Yeah. You know what's highly underrated? D's nuts. I don't know. That's not what I heard. Tyler Hoechlin was good in Teen Wolf TV show as Derek. Really liked him in that one. Yep. Yeah, it's funny because I started watching Teen Wolf back in, I think, November or December, something like that. And I I knew that he was in it, but I forgot when I went to go watch it, and then I was like, "Holy shit!" Um, and this was like right after I think Superman and Lois came to an end. Um, but yeah, he's good in that, and he's great as Superman in my opinion. Yeah, video games can raise the blood pressure. I've been there. Yeah, when I was younger. Okay, by the way, my anger, like I've been doing a lot better with my anger over the last 5 years, maybe longer. Um, but like when I was younger, it was just so bad because I sucked at video games so bad that I used to punch my TV out of frustration. But it was like the box TVs, with the glass, and you know now there's flat screen TVs that can break easy. So I'm not doing that. I mean, I probably wouldn't now. I'm an old man and I'm wiser than I was before. Um, but yeah, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 PS5 is a great game, but in the third game, Marvel Spider-Man 3, they're gonna finally bring in the Green Goblin. Cool. Green Goblin's awesome. Uh, Ages of Film says I watched through the first 4 seasons when they came out, but went in a direction I didn't like. Unfortunately, the first 3 seasons of Teen Wolf, though, are badass. Okay, that's interesting because I haven't really I haven't started season 2, and I finished season 1 a long time ago. But I haven't with season 2. Um, so good to know that the first couple seasons are good, and to avoid everything after. Well, I am all caught up with comments, so thank you to everyone who joined tonight and participated in conversation. Um, just to cover my thoughts again, hold on one second. Once I take the comment down, I keep forgetting about that. Um, so the Amityville Moon is a film that I did not like when I first watched it, uh, but I did not hate rewatching it earlier tonight. I think the werewolf is good. I like the design. It's my favorite type of werewolf. Um, the werewolf action is pretty good, particularly in the third act. Um, I like the score. Uh, uh, I like a couple characters in acting, um, but overall, it's not the best. But I think this is worth a watch just for the werewolf stuff alone. Um, Low expectations. Uh, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's a good movie. I'm not going to say that I highly recommend it. But I think that if you dig werewolves, then uh, uh, you should at least check out the Amityville Moon when you just have a night with nothing to do. So that is my opinion on that. Um, uh, I'll show a couple pictures again before I bounce. There's one of the characters uh, from the movie. Uh, there's the werewolf. I like the look of the face particularly. Body maybe just a little too bulky, um, but there's a picture I didn't show earlier when it was on all fours. Um, I didn't really like the moments where it was on all fours. I prefer my werewolves that stand, and I think when the werewolf was standing, the werewolf action was better. But the overall werewolf look, I think, is is pretty solid, and I think the werewolf stuff is uh, worth checking out at least if you got 90 minutes to kill. Um, you know, understand if you don't want to watch this, particularly after hearing what I had to say. But yeah, uh, let's see here. Going back to comments before I bounce for the night. Season 1 so good. Peter Hale's my favorite character. Yeah, he was cool. Um, Season 3 is my favorite. Okay, that's good to know. And yes, I mean 3. Oh, 3A is my favorite. Because they split up. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I remember. Well, I didn't hear it. I read about that because back when I was watching, I was like kind of looking stuff up about it. Uh, the werewolf wants the Coca-Cola. Absolutely. Yeah, where's I don't think it's spelled like that. Is it Scorzani? No. What's the character's name? I know what you're talking about. Where's Alamo Joe? There's two types of people in this world: those that believe in flying saucers and those that don't. Uh, Matt's referencing the 1980s uh, TV show Werewolf, which I will be covering at the end of May, just before my birthday. I'm gonna watch every single episode and do a ranking on it. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Uh, Peace out, man. Always enjoy kicking it with you. Catch you next time. Great stream. Thank you, man. Appreciate you following. Um, Looking forward to your Superman reviews. Ray says, "What if Ginger rubbed another dude's dong while watching Forrest Gump and fingering Ginger in a Scream remake? What if?" uh, Still got dong on the mind, huh, Ray? 1987. Yes, 1987 is when Werewolf the series came out. Um, what the hell was his name? Oh, Chuck Connors played. Oh, I can't find it. See werewolves, but I don't see werewolf. I got it around here somewhere. I know I do, but yeah. Oh, and if you like werewolves, I just picked up this book. It's called Good Dogs by Brian Asman. I'm about 120 pages into it. Just got it Saturday. Uh, if you like werewolves, I think it's okay so far. I dig it. I'll probably do a review on it for the horrorsyndicate.com when I finish reading it. I'm about almost halfway through. Probably can't see my bookmark. But yeah. Hashtag razor sexploitations. you got to get that started. Yanis Scorsese. Okay. Yep. I always have tongues on the brain. I've heard that about you. The actor was John J. York. Yanis Scorsese. 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 I can't speak right now. But I love Chuck Connors in that role. He's fantastic as the villain of Werewolf the series. Uh, he's so good in that. Taken from the Night Stalker Vampire. Uh, well, everyone, before I go, just want to say this. If you are watching on YouTube, uh, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, because it'll mean a lot to uh, many people in the world who are counting on your support for the Horror Syndicate. And if you're watching on Facebook, hit the thumbs up emoji, the laugh emoji, cry emoji, sad emoji, heart emoji, laugh emoji, whatever you want to do. It's your prerogative. But yeah, join me next week for, I believe it is Wes Craven's Cursed from 2004. Again, if you have been following the topic schedule that I came up with that I have posted to thehorrorsyndicate.com, my schedule got a little messed up because I had to have some days off uh, for a couple weeks in a row, and but I'm going to be moved. So two films that I did not cover yet, I'm going to have to move until next year, and that is The Beast of Bray Road from 2005, and The Werewolf versus the Vampire Woman, the Paul Naschy film. Uh, but getting back on track next uh, next week with Cursed, and that should be a lot of fun. So thanks for joining. Hope everyone has a wonderful night, and beware the moon. Steer clear of the moors.